Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as I gift all of you with video number 2 out of 2. I've not said that in a little while. Why? Because look, we are now in the international break and even prior to that there wasn't too much going on except for the games being played. But all of a sudden things are kicking off left, right and centre. Now earlier on we heard about the retirement of Eden Hazard and I gave you my thoughts. Go and check out the video right here if you haven't seen already. So after you're done with this, head over there and check it out if you haven't done so, of course. We discussed the whole retirement and what it means and going down memory lane and, you know, revisiting our favourite moments. And a few of you in the comments absolutely actually not a few of you, a lot of you in the comments mentioning one moment that I didn't mention, and it's so true. I don't know how it didn't pop into my head, but Hazard's goal against Tottenham to get Leicester to win the league at the Bridge was just fantastic, wasn't it? That was in the 15-16 season too, just to wrap that one up. The solo goal against Arsenal, which is iconic. So many moments Eden Hazard gave us. So go and check that video out if you haven't done so already. But to keep going on that, we've got a bit of news in relation to Eden Hazard. So let's get into it. Here's the latest in terms of what's going to happen at the Arsenal game. Check this out. Breaking: Eden Hazard's banner will be displayed versus Arsenal. So this is very good news. I think it's only right that we bring out the banner one more time. One last time, say a proper goodbye to Eden Hazard. And yeah, against Arsenal, let's hope it brings us some luck. It's going to be at the Bridge, Chelsea versus Arsenal. If we can get a win against Arsenal, I mean, don't hold your breath, right? It'll be a very difficult game. So don't get too ahead of yourselves. But if Chelsea do somehow get a victory, I think we got to keep the banner out. At that point, keep the banner out. But let's hope it happens. Let's wait and see how it's all going to go down. But Eden Hazard's banner will be present at the Chelsea versus Arsenal game at Stamford Bridge. So that's a nice little piece of news to begin with. Now, the big news that we're going to get into detail with, as well as other stories that have happened, which we'll get to in this video. But we're going to start off with this. Mauricio Pochettino. Has he been given power? Let's get into it. Important news for Chelsea, as Mauricio Pochettino is now going to play a crucial role in deciding on transfers and some players. He will have power. In the past, it was not always like this. Chelsea signed players because they wanted to sign them. That's from Fabrizio Romano. I have to say, I'm relieved. I'm relieved because I understand there are club signings. But I truly believe that if a club wants to see success, it needs to go via the blueprint of the manager. You can't get a manager in and go, oh, by the way, I wanted to sign, you know, so-and-so, so I'm going to get him and you're just going to have to deal with it. Like, that doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It's good to look for players that are versatile, that you reckon can function under any manager, right? I understand that. But I think that still needs the approval of the manager. And if the player is versatile enough, then great. But the player needs to know how to work with that one specific manager. That's the most important thing. I'm against going for players that are just ultra specific for that one manager only, because you end up with a situation like we had with Marcos Alonso, where that was very Antonio Conte. And when Antonio Conte wasn't there, it was a case of, what are we going to do with this geezer? I mean, at times, he saved us in terms of scoring goals because he turned into a flipping second striker at some points. But apart from that, as a left wing back or as a left back specifically, it wasn't really looking good. Except for when he was playing for Antonio Conte. He was the best left wing back in world football. So I understand the versatility, but I do think the manager needs to be the one to approve. The manager needs to be the one to go, I want that player. He's going to fit perfectly. I want this player. And then it's a collaboration to understand just how versatile that player is and then go from there. But if Mauricio Pochettino has power, I'm very much for this. In order for a club to be successful, it needs to have the blueprint of the manager. It needs to have players that are going to fit into his system. It needs to have players that are going to understand exactly what he's asking for. That is how Pep Guardiola became successful at Manchester City. They gave him everything he wanted. You need to give the manager everything he wants. Simple as that. So let's wait and see what's going to happen and what players he decides. I mean, there is the whole thing in modern football about talent IQ and managers having to pick out players, you know, of a certain level, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to manage them well. Sometimes you get it the other way around. Sometimes you get bad managers that have fantastic talent IQ. You know, AVB was a prime example. He brought in great players, right? He couldn't manage a flipping feather. Frank Lampard got in some decent players. Let's be honest. Couldn't manage. So look, it's the best of both worlds that are needed. I hope Poch has those both sides of the coin absolutely wrapped up. Fingers crossed. Now, let me know your thoughts on that. We have the audio from the Malo Gusto red card VAR scandal that was released today. I want the game replayed. How about that? Now we're going to do a Klopp, ladies and gentlemen. I want that game replayed. Let's get into it. This is absolute. I can't believe I have to mention the referees every single video now. It's getting stupid. Let's get into it. So, the audio from Malo Gusto's red card has been released. The on-field referee initially said there was no foul. The VAR wanted an on-field review due to buckling ankle and contact above the ankle. Howard Webb says afterwards the decision was correct. Cut the end where the ref sends Gusto off. This is a video clip, by the way, of the whole recording. So you can go on there and check it out. I can't show it, obviously, because I will get copyrighted. But I find it unbelievable. If you go to that footage and you actually listen to what was said on that audio tape, it was a case of the referee on the pitch immediately, who was next to it, going, it's fine. No foul. Which we have to consider because Gusto took the ball. What's crazy is throughout that audio recording where they review the incident, not once did they mention that he took the ball first. And not took the ball first, but took the ball and then a split second later also got the ankle. This wasn't a case of took the ball, I'm going to keep my foot up intentionally, I'm going to go for the ankle, I'm going to break his leg. No. Or you get those incidents where the player has the time to back out. I spoke about this when this whole thing kicked off. When the player has the time to back out but keeps his leg out, mate, that's on you. You had time to remove your leg from any dangerous incident. Gusto took the ball. As he took the ball, it's a follow-through that it's impossible to avoid. The referee at the time says no foul. The VAR, not once do they mention that he took the ball first. It's crazy. And then when you go and look into that footage, go and watch the clip, you see that they're constantly trying to find the angle. Find the angle. We need to find the angle. We need to see that he's broken the guy's ankle. We have to, right? And focus on that. When he sends the referee to the screen, he says, the VAR goes, I want it to keep it on that screen. Keep it on that screen, which is showing Gusto and his ankle, well, Gusto's foot, literally on the ankle of the player that got hurt. I forgot what player it was. But that still screenshot was the first thing that the referee could see when he approached the screen. It's ridiculous, man. Even the referee at the time was like, I'm going to need to see the other angle at full speed. No slow motion, no nothing. And he's like, yeah, no, don't worry, we will. What angle do they show you? They basically show you the TV angle. What? What, like there's no other cameras that can actually show you the angle from close up of Gusto taking the ball and then going to the ankle immediately after a split second? The whole thing is a farce. The whole thing is a farce. This is what I'm saying. It's not the technology that's the problem. It's not the VAR that's the problem. VAR, I mean the tech. It's the VAR, the referee behind the machine, that's the problem, yes. It's the people, the assistant VAR, that's the problem, yes. It's the people that are behind the screens making these calls that are the problem, absolutely. And at times, the referee. And like in this instance where the referee gets to see what the VAR wants him to see, right? As I'm out of focus now, because even this is playing up and I'm going to stay out of focus. Screw it. Actually, will this work if I do that? There we are. See, man's got techers. It's even the referee comes close to the screen and is being fed the information through his ear and he's like, oh, okay, oh, I'm going to give a red. Yeah, buckling ankle, red. Well, number 27. Okay, cool. Crazy. Absolutely insanity. So let me know your thoughts on that incident. It's a farce. Now, Nicholas Jackson has left the Senegal squad. For good reason. Let's get into it. Nicholas Jackson has undergone a minor operation on his right wrist, having worn a splint for the last 2 games. No specific timescale had been given yet for recovery, but Jackson is expected to be fit for Arsenal after the international break. I mean, look, he's a separate case. He hurt his hand, right? So he's not exactly, you know, injured in terms of his legs and whatnot, but players avoiding internationals, using the time to recover, to get ready for club football is what we are seeing across the spectrum right now. It's crazy. But Nicholas Jackson, I'm glad, got an operation done ASAP. Now, 2 weeks to recover and get himself up and running. He will be available for the Arsenal game. So, happy days. And at least it means that he's not away with the Senegal team having to risk injury. Because that's the one thing on everyone's minds right now when they go to internationals is risk of injury. So, I'm glad he's not gone. And Axel Disasi, who withdrew from the French squad, we're going to get an update. Apparently, it's more precautionary than an actual injury. So let's wait and see what's going to happen there. But yeah, it's not looking bad on the Chelsea front. In terms of the others, possibly so. Now, talking about the others, we got news coming out of Napoli. Check this out. Napoli president De Laurentiis, not De Laurentiis, I've got PTSD. I see this guy, and look, we'll just call him ADL like we used to. Yeah, here it is. Napoli president ADL. It's not a good moment with manager Rudy Garcia. When you decide to go for a coach who doesn't know Italian football anymore, it can happen. I'll make the best decision at the right time. I can't be influenced by fans. Mate, let's just call a spade here. Mr. ADL, you got the appointment wrong. Simple as that. You messed up. You messed up. How can you get a manager? Look, he got a coach, right? You decide to go for a coach who doesn't know Italian football anymore. What, so he once knew it, and now he's all of a sudden forgotten it? Anyway, I think ADL is starting to lose his marbles, right? I think maybe age is becoming a factor. I think maybe the grey hairs are really starting to penetrate the brain. I think maybe he needs to consider doing what Eden Hazard done earlier on, which is give it all up. And another sign is what I'm about to show you now. Garcia might be getting sacked. We've already established this. But who's coming in? Enjoy. Former Brighton and Chelsea boss Graham Potter is in line to replace Rudy Garcia at Napoli if De Laurentiis decides to sack Garcia. Graham Potter! Oh man, Potter. Napoli, you're finished. Can I just, Napoli, look, your days of winning the Serie A are over. Victor Osimhen, just come to Chelsea, come, head over now. Look, I don't know what to think. Graham Potter, look, I'll be honest, I think the same thing's going to happen. I don't think Graham Potter operates at that level. Simple as that, you know? And ADL was ruthless, right? For a club that just won Serie A, for a club that are trying to be ambitious, for a club that are trying to hold their own in that bracket of competing for the league title, Champions League football on a regular, try and go as far as possible, I'm not so sure Graham Potter's cut out for it, I'll be honest, right? And I think we've got experience in that on that front. If anything, I think Napoli could be plummeting to their deaths if they actually make this move. To be honest, Garcia might not be the man, but thinking Graham Potter makes me think that you've lost your mind. So ADL, like I said, maybe the time has come. Maybe it's time to give it up. Maybe it's time to move on. You know, move on from Napoli, move on from football, call it a day, enjoy your life, enjoy your family. Because yeah, if you hire Graham Potter, good luck. Just good luck. Good luck. Simple as that. Good luck. I'll be honest. A club that are operating in that Europa League spot is a club that could go for Graham Potter, maybe. You know? A club that are operating 6th, 7th, 8th. Yeah, maybe you can go and get Graham Potter. Maybe that experience at Chelsea could actually help him at that level. But the experience he just had at Chelsea, you wanted him to come over to a Champions League team that are winning the title and try to maintain that. Nah, I don't think so. So, good luck, Napoli. Now, to wrap up, I think it's only right that we end on a high. We end with a smile on our faces. So I'm gonna give you the latest on a name that I've not said on camera in a very long time, at least as a player. Petr Cech. You're probably thinking, what? Yeah, Petr Cech, 41-year-old Petr Cech. Check this out. Petr Cech, 41, is playing ice hockey for Oxford City Stars. He got man of the match with 62 saves from 64 shots recently. And here he is, Petr Cech. Look at this, Oxford City Stars. He's playing. Obviously, it's hockey, so it's not football. But I'm really happy to see him still playing in some sort of a capacity. You know, he's still playing in something. And he's smashing it. Like he always used to. Petr Cech, man. I'm very happy for him. Very happy for him. It's nice to see Petr Cech still succeeding at the age of 41. In goal. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts on all of that. And we're going to call it a day. That's your video number 2 out of 2. Much appreciated. We will be here tomorrow once again to go through the latest and see what's popping. So make sure you guys are here for that. To be here for that, you have to make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button. So make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I have uploaded. Smash the like button if you have enjoyed this too. Much appreciated. Do not forget, check out the socials. They are on screen and in the description for you right now. Let's get cracking with this international break. Oh yeah, talking about international break, there's news coming out of the Euros. Turkey and Italy have been granted the 2034 Euros, if I'm not mistaken. Is that 2034, right? I've got the year right. If I haven't, it's around there. But I think it's 2034 Euros. They've been granted that. So, yeah. Internationals are underway very, very shortly, so we will see how all these countries will perform. At the same time, we will see all the news. I'll be here to give you my thoughts on that, so make sure you guys are here for that, and I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Thank you all so much for watching, people. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care, and peace.